Foxtrot, hold short runway 30. Traffic is Diamond DA40 on the runway.
Okay, I've just taken off from Williamtown Military, heading east to the beach, and then we're going to fly up to Nelson Bay Marina. Should be nice. So if you draw a straight line from the runway threshold to Nelson Bay Marina, it actually takes you inland a bit, but I do want to look at the beach first because it's so nice, and then we'll head back to the actual flight plan. Quite a still day actually, and we've got the live weather happening. So this beach goes on for about 15 miles up to the north, as you can see, and that's our ultimate destination. So you can just follow the coast up here. Newcastle's down there. Yeah, very still, it's like glass. Wow.
MiGMan 007, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Willie Tower MiGMan 007 frequency change.
Okay, so I'll head to the northwest until we intercept our flight plan. So it's afternoon, I think it's about 4 PM. Check the clock here. Yep. So there's always something to see. Looks like a bit of a quarry there. Or it could be just the sand dunes.
Willie Tower, Cessna Victor Hotel, Bravo, Quebec, Bravo, ready at runway 30 west departure. Cessna Victor Hotel, Bravo, Quebec, Bravo, altimeter 30.03 wind calm west departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 30.
So there's the Pacific Highway, I believe. And just about to intercept our
Cleared for takeoff
flight
runway
plan.
30 Cessna Bravo, Quebec, Bravo.
Let's pull the map up and have a look. There we go. So
Willie
I'll
Tower, generic Victor Hotel, Tango Lima, Foxtrot, ready for...
change the station. So I'm going to average it out, and as you can see, the flight plan I drew between waypoint 1 and 2 takes us pretty close to this body of water. And since these are visual flights, let's use that body of water to get us to the next waypoint. Very cool. Right, we're about 100 knots. Yeah, it's very, very still. Now, when it's this smooth, the water gets pretty hairy. I'm at 250 feet. It gets hard to judge your altitude, and I've done it many times before, just fly into the water. So I'm going to stay up. It's easier if there's a bit of chop on it. So I'm going to stay up about 300 feet at the moment. Stay up here, it's going to be safer. Yeah, trim's quite sensitive. About 105 knots. So waypoint 1, yeah, Nelson Bay Marina. going to zoom in on my main map over here. And yes, there's a few built up areas. Salamanga Bay, amongst others. So there's kind of a big headland we're going to cross, then a smaller one, then we're at Nelson Bay. And this is Port Stephens, this large body of water you can see in the distance. So we're heading to the southern entrance to Port Stephens. Not many places to land around here. There's a few. Okay, we'll get down a bit closer. We're at 150 feet. We can see a bit of movement on the water surface, which is good. I think the wind might have picked up a little bit. Yeah, so when it's like this, I can nudge it down about 70 feet at the moment. Fantastic, those reflections are awesome. Just like a painting, gorgeous. So let's climb a bit so we can see this Salamanga Bay I was talking about. Add some collective. Very interesting area to explore. There's the beach over there. So it converges with this because we're coming to the mouth of Port Stephens. So here it is. This is the headland I was talking about. Let's go a little bit further north. And just through the clouds over there we can see the entrance to Port Stephens. So this is Salamanga Bay coming up. About from 12 o'clock to about 10 o'clock. Lovely. Okay. Nelson Bay is the rather shallow bay compared to this one. Nice big curve on it. So it's just past this next headland, right there at 12 o'clock. It's got some high ground to the south of it, from memory. And there's some radio masts there, which I remember dodging on the recce flight. Actually, let's follow the shoreline here. You've got so much freedom in this sim. You can do pretty much whatever you want. And not worry about noise abatement issues and controlled airspaces, etc. So here we are. This is Nelson Bay. Very cool. There we are, we're right at waypoint 1 now. So waypoint 2 is going to be the northern entrance to the bay. You can just see it through the mist. So we might as well fly across there, it's only a few miles. Then I might wait a few hours before I fly west, so I'm not flying into the sun. Although how that works doesn't make any sense to me now that I think about it. Maybe wait till dusk. Look at that. That looks like, is it rain or just mist? I don't know. I'm going to find out. Watercolours are beautiful. So that headland over there is our waypoint 2. I'm going to fly around the seaward side of the southern entrance. Yeah, it is rain. It's awesome. Engine noise is probably very quiet on this recording. It's certainly loud enough here to hear comfortably. I can hear the rain spattering on the windscreen as well. So waypoint 2 I've put at the most easterly point of this headland. Is it a headland or an island? Let's just check the map. Yeah, it's a headland, alright. Sure is. As we come around the corner, so the waypoint is right here. Turn back to the west. That's just gorgeous. And you can see, yes, it is connected to the mainland. Just. Another beautiful long beach to the north. Awesome. Okay, that was Karua. This is Karua right here. I'm going to turn southwest and fly about 11 miles down to Raymond Terrace. So we're heading around the western end of Port Stephens at 100 knots. Weather's fine, fuel's good. Watch the power lines here. Probably a little bit hard to see on YouTube, but I can see them here. There you go, transmission tower right on that hilltop. And a few boats. Very nice. Okay, let's get back on track. A little bit to the west. Now if you fly a few miles further west, you'll hit the highway, and that will actually take you perfectly down to Raymond Terrace as well. So that's another thing to try. But for this first time in the chopper, we'll try to stick to the magenta line, which is down there. You can see it in the GPS. In fact, it's within visual range of the highway. You can see highway running down there. Now let me double check, is that the highway? I'm just going to change my map display here. I think it is. Anyway, it's plenty to look at. We're on track. Just pull the map up momentarily. As you can see, headed pretty much southeast to
Willie Tower, Cessna Victor Hotel, Tango X-Ray Papa, ready for IFR deployment.
Okay, I see they've changed something else with Sim Update 12. It's now called USR 04, which means user point, I guess. Used to have WP for waypoint. Anyway, so what we expect to see is a huge lake coming up, and we're going to follow pretty much the western side of that lake. Let's see if we can see the lake. We can. Body of blue coming up. Yeah, the highway's further out. Anyway, this road takes us in the general correct direction, but and here we go. Now that I get closer, see, it's not a road, it's the trees that are being cleared for the power lines, whatever that's called. Okay. Anyway, out from, what's our altitude? 800 feet. We can see. You can see Nelson Bay up there, and we can see the lake, whose name is escaping me, in front of us. So from about 1,000 feet you can see the entirety of this flight plan. Grahamstown Lake, just checked my notes, that's what it's called. Port Stephens, Grahamstown Lake, two large bodies of water. Now if I pretty much go straight ahead, I'll be at Raymond Terrace, but I'm going to stick to the western shore of the lake, so I'll come right a little bit. And once we get to Raymond Terrace, we will be able to see Williamtown Airport over to the east there. There is, now we can see the Pacific Highway going down the western shore of the lake. Yep, nice. Okay, we're sitting on 100 knots. Some motor traffic below us. Okay, so those stutters are being caused by the loading of the Tabaret birds option. They don't bother me too much, but I actually enjoy a stutter-free environment, so I might disable them again, even though they're very atmospheric. Another huge radio tower over there, just disappearing in the sunlight. In my opinion, though, radio transmission towers should have been a fundamental element of the autogen scenery, because there's not that many of them. There's only about 1,600, I think, in Australia, but boy, do they make a difference. Anyway, we can now put them in ourselves, at least for Australia. Sitting on 100 knots, might get down a little bit lower. Check out the koalas. Oh, there's a bird, we just flew onto a bird. Watch out for the drop bears. Let's go to the skid cam. Actually, I'll go to the right one. There's a bird. See if I can pick up the highway there. Yeah. So there's Pacific Highway. That will take us right into Raymond Terrace. So this highway goes up the entire eastern coast of Australia, which is quite a long way. Okay, what's our altitude? Down to a couple hundred feet. So let's climb a bit, see if we can see Raymond Terrace. Yep. It's actually quite a large suburb. Okay. Williamtown will be over there, southeast corner of Grahamstown Lake. You see the things you see in a helicopter. Looks like a dam here. Let's have a closer look at it. There's Raymond Terrace. Things that you never notice at Mach 1. Yeah, it's definitely a dam. Wow. Super cool. Another good landmark. Awesome. Okay. And here we go, Pacific Highway. Let's go to the right. Skid cam. Let's pan right a bit. And it's going to lead right into Raymond Terrace. There it is. Okay. So we're now at the, get back in my appropriate seat, southern end of Grahamstown Lake. So that's waypoint 4. And if I look to the east, we should see, there it is, Williamtown Airport. Cool, let's head in and land. Talk to the tower, I guess.
Willie Tower MiGMan 007 is 4 miles northwest, 1,100 feet with Yankee to land.
MiGMan 007 Willie Tower. Altimeter 29.92, wind 217 at 28. Fly left downwind runway 30.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Fly left downwind runway 30 MiGMan 007.
Okay. So that's runway 12. Taxiway here is that large on the left there. It looks like another runway. So we used to have F-111s flying out of here. And now we've got Super Hornets and F-35s. And the rest of the crew. Okay, so watch, there's a tower here at 12 o'clock. Watch out for that. We're about 600 feet. As you can see, the beach is just a stone's throw away. So that's an alternate route to go up to Nelson Bay. Just follow the beach. Yeah. Okie doke. I think I'll, well, she wants me to land on the runway, so better oblige, I guess. Nice balmy Aussie afternoon. Okay, coming down to 70 knots. Do my turn out.
MiGMan 007 wind 216 at 28. Clear to land runway 30.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Cleared to land runway 30 MiGMan 007.
Okay, I was going to do my turn over the roundabout here, but obviously I can't do more than one thing at a time. So I lost all my airspeed there, like all of it. Had planned to do a nice graceful descent onto the piano bars, but anyway. Can't blame anybody else. Look at that, it's awesome. Right, we're about 20 knots. Runway 30. Bit short. Okay, and there we go.
MiGMan 007 turn next taxiway.
So the answer to that is practice. Just get off the runway. Cut the corner a bit. And I'll just put it down next to that hangar. Okay, got us stuck in a brain loop there.
MiGMan 007 contact ground on 121.8.
Okay, right, there we go. Waypoint 4 and landing in the mission, which is entitled Port Stephens, of course. Okay, we're flying along the northern shoreline of Port Stephens. There's Nelson Bay. You just see the radio masts on the hill. Very nice. Might be some boats in there too. Okay, so we're heading to waypoint 3, which is this bridge at Karua. So let's check out the northern shoreline here. Beautiful morning. Actually, it's just after lunch. Looking very nice. What's this town called? Let's have a look at the map. Something Gardens. can't look too much. I've got to pay attention to the flying part of this operation. Is it all? Is this a radio tower? Looks like it. Yep, look, microwave tower. Cool. And some boats. Awesome. Very nice. Oh, some birds too. Some more boats. Very cool. And another microwave tower. Quite a few birds. Okay, I'm just heading slightly southwest to get back to the shoreline. Yeah, we're directly north of Nelson Bay now. Just see the radio mast on the hill. Okay, I'll see if I can sneak a peek at the map. North Arm Cove is the next inlet. A few miles away. Let's press on. Really enjoying the Bell 407. Smooth as. Any anomalous flight maneuvers you see are entirely my responsibility. This thing flies nice and smooth. There's the bird, seagull. Okay, now just past those hills is the North Arm Cove that I mentioned. Then the next big river inlet is where the next waypoint is. So the northern and southern shores almost touch at this point. In fact, we flew over that southern peninsula and we're going to Nelson Bay, following a river up almost from Williamtown Airport. So it's pretty easy, just take off from the airport, get a few hundred feet altitude and you can see the river leading right up to about that point, centre screen. Yep, right there. Trying to make everything logical, easy to follow visually, so you can have fun. So we're sitting on about 100 knots. And radar altitude about 200 feet. Interesting. We've got 700 on the... Oh no, looking at the wrong indicator. Radar was 500 feet. 200 was right set the pipper. So 700 feet those hills, it's pretty tall actually. And here's North Arm Cove coming up. A couple of boats in there. Another beautiful day. You can just start to see about 12 o'clock there, the river entrance, where the bridge for the next waypoint is. I see the name of that river. Possibly if I zoom in on my map a little. My moving map display. Zoom in. And I'll see if a name pops up for me. Watch the speed here, we're at 120 knots. Don't want to get much faster. Yep. Bit of seesawing here with my trim adjustments. Like I said, all the funny flights, things that go on, are up to me, not the helicopter. Helicopter is fine. So here's a river entrance. And if I come right a bit, just checking out, there's a couple of dams there. We should see a bridge. There it is, at 1 o'clock. Let's head across there. Is it the one, or is it just double checking? I think it's got to be straight ahead. Yeah, okay, that's another bridge. Cool. Tale of two bridges. So this is Karua with a K. And I think there's a radio mast on this hill too. Or did I imagine it? Still, best to avoid... Oh, it's power lines. Okay, cool. His Mamu's power lines have been reinstated, and his marinas we can see there at 10 o'clock. What was I going to say? Best avoid flying over the pinnacle of a peak or a hill, because that's where they tend to put these towers. So I've learnt the hard way. A few boats there. Some power lines, some birds, waves, white caps. It's all happening. So there we go. That's waypoint 1, 2, 3 in this relatively simple flight plan. Then we're going to head south to Raymond Terrace, which takes us down the western side of a huge lake, and then land at Williamtown. Excellent. Okay, approaching Port Stephens and Nelson Bay, rather. That's Port Stephens off to the left. This is waypoint 1, Nelson Bay. So you've got that large hill with the Tabaret radio masts. If you have that add-on, really enhances the scenery here in Australia. And Mamu's marinas really enhance all the marinas. And I'm pretty sure this is where I've placed, yeah, it is, waypoint 1 at this marina. Even without the boats there, it's an easy shape to spot. Let's just do a circuit over town, turning south over the golf course. Beautiful. Got my controls sorted out now on the Bell 407. Trim gives me fingertip control. Mainly using forward trim on the hat, on the joystick. Nice and smooth. Yes, that's Port Stephens. It's a pretty big harbour actually. Pretty big. Just fly past these radio masts, courtesy of Raymond Tabaret. You can see another one there at 11 o'clock on the coast. Adds so much to visual flying. And I can see power lines from Mamu Designs down there. But yeah, these, I reckon, for I think it's about $10. The number one, if you're flying around Australia, get these. Makes such a difference to navigating. It's amazing. Really brings it to life. Okay, so there's Nelson Bay. Let's head out to waypoint 2, which is the northern harbour entrance over there. You can see there's a sandy isthmus connecting it to the mainland. And we might as well fly around this southern headland to get there, I reckon. Once again, past the marina. So an alternate way to this point from Williamtown is just to fly east until you hit the beach, which is about 2 miles from the airport, and then just follow the coastline and you'll arrive up at this point, which I often do, because who doesn't like flying along nice beaches? Looks like there's a small jetty here with a few boats as well. Yes, there is, thanks to Mamu Design. Excellent. Awesome birds. Another Tabaret add-on, which I highly recommend, especially when you're flying helicopters and light aircraft. I found them a bit problematic in jets because by the time they spawned in, you've gone and it caused a few stutters. But at this speed, you know, around 100 knots, absolutely works beautifully. And it makes the whole world seem that much more alive. So we've got the waves moving, we've got the mist in the air, birds flying past, boats bobbing, it's all happening. So there's the mouth of Port Stephens. I had to check my notes again. Where am I? Here we go, this is waypoint 2. It's at the easternmost point right here of this northern entrance. Another little island out there. Let's keep to the coast here. And you can see the sandy peninsula, or isthmus really, connecting that headland to the mainland. And waypoint 3 is going to be following along the north shore here of Port Stephens. So we'll check that out in a moment.